Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, welcome to PCWB, guys. I'm your co-host Samir. Normally we have two other co-hosts here, but they're not here tonight. They apparently knew something I didn't, and so they are not here. Sepehr is out in Memphis, I believe. Mike is he's in the office tonight. But what we have here tonight, we have the crazy phenomenal TJ. TJ,
Crazy
welcome.
phenomenal.
Crazy
Nice.
phenomenal TJ.
I'm gonna say your hosts are not here because they don't like Haitians. I think it's a conspiracy. They're like, we know who's coming to the podcast today. We don't want to be here.
If there's one thing I could say is that that's definitely not true.
Who are the co-hosts? Before
Mike
I shit
Knight.
on them, I need to know who they are.
Mike Knight is from American, so he's in America. He's
Okay.
a military guy. And then
Okay.
yeah, and he loves Haitian food. That's something I know about.
Where did he discover Haitian food?
There was Howard. I don't know if in Chicago. There's Howard's between Evanston and Chicago, right at the border.
Howard is a neighborhood?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a street. Where they
Okay,
have,
that street has a lot of...
it
All
has
right,
Haitian food. It has Jamaican food as well.
good to know.
So definitely you gotta check it out.
Yeah, I found Chicago to be very Mexican food heavy. I wasn't aware of that. This is nice.
Yeah. There's a whole Mexican side of Chicago.
All right, cool.
Yeah. They're very loud and proud, so you gotta try the food.
Yeah,
too.
I like Chicago. It's a very classical city in that sense of like a real city. You know what I mean? It's got all the stuff you want in a city. Almost more so than Los Angeles. Because Los Angeles is great. But like Chicago has, for me, a city has to have public transportation.
Yeah.
Like a solid diversity of people where you can
Yeah.
find almost anything you want.
Yes.
And there's got to be water around it, and I think Chicago has all three of those, and LA only has two of those.
Yes, but I do feel like the way you're saying it, it sounds like Chicago's almost there.
No,
Not
Chicago's there. I'm putting Chicago above LA. It's not New York, obviously.
It's not.
Nothing is New York, but Chicago is probably, I think, top 5 American cities. Probably top 3.
I think so too, right? Top
Chicago's
five,
great.
top five, yeah.
Yeah.
And is this the first time Chicago? You've been here quite a few
No,
times.
this is my second time, but this is the most time I've had here to kind of just wander around and seeing. Last time I was here for just one night.
Okay.
So I got like a very basic vibe, but I didn't really take in too much of the city. I feel like now I'll get a chance to take more of it in.
Yeah, and you came like yesterday. Okay, so and you're here today, tomorrow.
Yeah, my show is tomorrow night, so I have the rest of the day to kind of explore a little bit and see what's going on, and then I perform tomorrow, and then I leave Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. Oh wow. Okay, so you're here. Okay, so Thursday, because right now it's finally getting a little chilly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
perfect, like
but
a
it's
little-
still good.
It's still good. I mean, I like this kind of weather because it's jacket season.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
But-
not a giant coat.
Yeah. The winter.
Not the kind of weather where Jussie Smollett can get
Not that weather.
when he's going after Subway sandwiches, and then there's 2 Nigerians beating him up. Yeah, it's not
no.
that kind of weather.
Oh man. No, not that weather, but that was fun. Gotta say. Right? You don't see that? I was like, this is no, because Chicago we have the summer, which is like where everyone's hyped about.
Yeah, I
Like,
heard the summer
everyone's
is
out.
great here.
Yeah, summer is pretty good. And then the winter is like the brutal.
Yeah.
time for Chicago.
How's that
everyone.
for you? As you're from Sudan, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How's that?
It takes time to adjust and to finally accept this as the reality.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me a good 10 years to accept that reality. I was like, this is the reality. I have to learn to live with this now.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go away soon. And
Not soon, never. It's
It's
never
never gonna
going
go
away.
away soon. I'm
That's
still
just how
like,
it is.
I'm like, climate change, maybe? This is how the climate change. You're
You're rooting for climate change because you want Chicago
Only for the winter.
to fall into the river and the lake. Okay.
No, I was in Iowa for like a good time there, so I got used to it there. But Chicago's not. Weather-wise, it's not that different from Iowa. So then coming here, it's just more windy because the lake.
What made you come to Chicago
Oh,
or Iowa? I'm always interested into because immigrants like to form clusters, and there's always some strange story about why the cluster is where it is.
yeah.
Like there's like pockets of people in certain parts of America that
Yes.
seem to be counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, there's so many Nigerians in Houston, out
Right,
of all
yeah.
places.
Yeah, in Minneapolis, in Somalia.
Yeah, yeah.
One that, yeah. And what's ironic is I'm Sudanese, and Iowa Iowa City has the largest Sudanese population in the country.
Really?
Which I don't think my parents knew at the time, but they knew someone. So when they landed in Chicago for like a day or two, well, actually a day, someone was like, "Oh, bring them to Iowa," which was the biggest mistake we have made. We should not listen. We should have stayed here and figure it out.
Yeah, it's like, let's go find his people in Iowa.
Yeah, and then we found our people in Iowa, which was like, it's like I try to get away and not come back. Like, so it's a whole Sudanese, little more upgraded Sudanese. So we were there for a while, and then eventually school finishes everything, and then I came here. I came here for work and then comedy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But then, okay, so because you were in Utah.
Well, I didn't go to Utah. There isn't like a cluster of Haitians in Utah. I went to Utah because I wanted to do like an outdoorsy job, and Utah was the place that had it. And I was like, let me try this thing and see what happens. So I ended up there.
Even go backward, because you came here like 2008, right? If I'm not mistaken. In 2008, you were in New York.
Yeah, 2008. I came in. My first port of entry in the U.S. was Florida. There's a giant Haitian population there.
Got you.
Stayed with family for about a month, but I was accepted in school in New York. So then I spent a month in Florida just being with family, and then I came to New York because I wanted to kind of do my own thing and not be too close. Like, I didn't want to be influenced too much by my family. So I just went to New York to go to school there. And then did school, did that whole thing, and then the dream of comedy was sort of becoming a thing, but I wasn't sure yet how to face it. And if I wasn't brave enough to tell myself that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I went to Utah and decided to work in the wilderness. That's how I ended up out there.
Interesting, because it's a crazy transition.
Yeah.
To go from New York and then be like, I'm going to go somewhere a lot more quiet.
Right.
And you went to, and essentially because you wanted to be, so then the interesting thing is when you were in college for what, 3 years?
I dropped out of college after the earthquake in Haiti. I was like, this seems like a waste of time. It's just like there's much bigger existential stuff happening in life. Why am I studying Maslow's hierarchy of needs? This seems stupid.
That is, because you don't often, when you hear the immigrant story, right? Most people are like, oh, I'm studying to be an engineer, studying to be a doctor, right? That's what you hear all the time. But you were studying earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake happened, and I was like,
you got it.
I would like to do something different with my life, because it's tragedies have this thing where they sort of bring you back and remind you of what's important to you, not necessarily to other people, but to you.
Yeah.
Like for me as a tragedy, the earthquake just reminded me that life isn't promised.
Yeah.
And for whatever little time you have here, you should try to do something that you truly, truly enjoy.
Yeah.
And when I was in college, I realized that, I would like to be a stand-up comedian. That would make me happy.
And when you were in college, well, because you're a big Comedy Central fan, right?
That's well, I was using TV to learn English. That's when I fell in love with stand-up comedy.
Interesting. Okay, because my favorite, like when I moved here, Jon Stewart, like that was.
I learned how to speak English because of Jon Stewart.
Yes,
he basically taught me English.
Man.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when you're watching these comedians, because you see a lot of comedians, right? You're seeing them, and for you, learning English, there's also something that I struggle with even today with English is idioms. Right? I will struggle with idioms. I'm like, what does that mean? Did you have that?
Definitely.
Are there certain idioms right now that like you're like, oh, I'm so glad I know this, and are there some that you don't still like get it?
I think I have a knack for languages, and I like weird stuff like that. So I would say I have a pretty good grasp on most English idioms, which is a lot of them are so funny. I was just talking to the friend I'm staying with in Chicago.
Yeah.
And last night we were talking, and she said, "Fuck me sideways." Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah, but I now want to hear it.
Fuck me sideways is kind of... I know what it means, but it's hard to explain to somebody. It's kind of like, shit. It's like to express frustration at something, and then you go, fuck me sideways. like I get what it's going for. It's sort of like you trying to. It's an annoying thing, and it's asking you to do something impossible, which is it's hard to fuck somebody sideways.
Yeah.
But you expressing annoyance at a thing that just happened to you in the moment, and then you say that to yourself.
It's funny to me because there's so many words that you could use to convey that what you're feeling right now, but you decided to say "fuck me sideways."
Yeah, because somebody said that at some point, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I'm just frustrated." And they were like, "We like that. We're gonna keep saying that." Yeah.
Oh, because English, a lot of it is also sarcasm too. That's something that I like. My parents still don't get sarcasm, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't get it at all, and it's something that I learned. But then when you learn it, you're like, what a power to just like say something and mean the complete opposite of what I said.
Right.
But so for you, when you're learning comedy, obviously you didn't know you were gonna do comedy, but you were like a big fan of Comedy Central.
Yeah, it became a thing. It's a dream that I found out as an adult, which is cool, I think.
It's when you went to Utah, did you start also doing comedy there, or you?
No, I wasn't doing comedy there. But when I was working in the wilderness, the comedy dream was already like marinating in my mind. So I would write jokes and then like try them out on people, like sneakily in conversation, and see how they would react to it. And it became a nice feeling. Be like, oh, I made somebody laugh. Or I would use famous comedians' jokes that I like in the right situation, and then it would get a laugh. I was like, oh, I want to be able to do that with my own jokes.
Is there a particular comedian that you saw that you're like, yo, this is this guy, the way he talks, the way he's talked about stuff, this is the kind of direction I want to go?
Definitely. The first one for me was George Carlin, and the second one was Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Oh, and George Carlin, there's something I read about. Oh, yeah. Where you said you brought a girl over and you put you put Cat Williams.
Yeah, this is perfect. That is happening on a college campus, so you probably know this experience.
Yeah.
What year are you guys?
No, I'm not in college. I finished
you're
college.
done.
I'm done.
What about you?
I'm a third-year PhD student.
Oh, you guys. So like the days of you trying to get laid in college are over, right?
Well, it's never really
Not necessarily.
over.
Okay, it's never over.
It's never
You're
really
still doing
over,
it.
It's just one phase is gone, and now you're just like, oh, are we still horny as college? You're like, still there.
No, you're
now,
just gonna be horny as a person. But I think it just doubled when you're in college.
Yeah.
What about as a PhD student? Who are you trying to hook up with? Other PhD or like younger kids?
No. I can't say.
These are the cameras are rolling. I can't say that.
Okay, yeah. So that was my thing
the cameras are on. Yeah.
In college. Yeah, I was just trying to like get into this great American experiment of just hooking up with strangers in college.
Yeah.
And so I invited this girl over, so I played George Carlin for her. And she liked it, and then she was like, "Oh, no, that's not what happened. I played Cat Williams for her."
Got you. Oh yeah.
Yes,
it's a good way to go. Cat Williams would do.
Yes, and then she in turn played George Carlin for me, and then I found out that I actually liked George Carlin a lot more than I did Cat Williams, because Cat Williams was as great as it was. It just wasn't my energy. I didn't know that that's something I could do because it's so. Like the level of energy and like running around the stage and sweating involved in a Cat Williams performance wasn't attractive to me. It didn't seem like that's something I could naturally do. And then I saw George Carlin and I was like, that seems more calm and relaxed and direct.
Yeah.
And also the topics that he was tackling felt like, oh, I want to talk about religion. I want to talk about government and people and human behavior and politics. That's more interesting to me. And I was watching George Carlin and I almost forgot that girl was there and I was trying to get laid. So I basically, I'm like, oh, I found a dream. I don't even need to get laid anymore. Who needs pussy when you have comedy? That's how I saw it.
Interesting. You see, the way I look at it is like, if you had Cat Williams playing, you probably would have got laid for sure. Okay.
Maybe. That depends on the girl, though.
Depends. That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair. But, I mean, yeah, so then you found George, and you're like, this is kind of the lane that
yeah,
you
this feels like something I could try to do more so than... Like, I don't think I could try to do Cat Williams, but I could try to do George Carlin.
And what was the first stage you ever stepped on? The first comedy stage?
There was an open mic at a bar on the Lower East Side of New York called Lucky Jack's. There was a room in the basement. It was a Tuesday. You pay $5.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you wait for your name to be called, and then you go up there, and then you try your 5 minutes to a room of mostly other comedians who are not even listening to your
Yeah,
jokes.
yeah.
Because everybody's in their heads trying to see if they're funny themselves. So it's not the most supportive environment, but I got a few chuckles, and I was like, all right, I think I've found the thing.
And you were, because at this point now you left Utah to New York.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then-
I left Utah and moved to New York with the dream of stand-up.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
like $3,000 saved, which is such a small amount of money to go to New York to try to make something happen. But, I was like bright eyes and full
Yeah.
of hope, and I was like, let's see what happens.
Man. And then, because usually the first time you go on the stage, there's like exciting energy that you just have. And then after 2-3 times, then you're like, okay. So then you back to reality. You're now like, okay, this is it. You're writing it. You're going up. And New York is the place to do it.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Interesting. And then because it's also fascinating for you when you're like, at this point, English.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
English still a barrier for you, isn't it?
Still, like part of the fear of comedy was that I would forget how to speak English if it wasn't going well. So there was that fear in the back of my head. I'm like, oh shit, my English is pretty limited. So
Yeah.
if I'm bumming, when you're in an uncomfortable situation, your natural tendency would be to revert to your mother tongue, whatever's
Yeah.
more comfortable.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak? Like, what did you speak before English?
I speak two languages. I speak two languages before English. I speak Arabic.
Yeah, right?
And then I speak another tribal language called Zahawa.
Okay.
Those are two languages I speak.
Right.
Right. But like even when I'm thinking, usually I'll think
You think in
my
Arabic?
native- I think sometimes I think now it's a mix of both.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago, perhaps it was predominantly like Arabic. I would think about it a lot and then translate that to English. That thought.
Yeah.
Which, but I guess for you also, then in that case, when you're thinking of jokes, are you thinking of it in your mother tongue, or are you just like naturally in English?
Now, because I've been doing this for over 10 years, and because I've been taking in America so much, I think now in English. Well, I think in concepts, because I don't think we think in languages.
Yeah.
We think in concepts, and then it comes out more in English, just because this is my environment now. But I'll tell you this thing that happened where like it was like a confirmation that I've been in America long enough and I'm actually accepting America. I remember the first time I had a dream in English.
Yeah.
I was like maybe a month
the
into
American
in
dream.
America. I know,
That's
right?
the American dream right there.
I came here and I'm Haitian, so I was just dreaming regularly in Haitian Creole or sometimes in French.
Yeah.
And then I had my first dream in English, and then it like startled me a little bit. I was like, oh shit. And in the dream, my parents were speaking perfect English, which is crazy because my parents do not speak English.
Ah.
And I was like, oh, that's my subconscious telling me that I'm slowly embracing this place. And I thought it was really cool.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you thought it was cool. You weren't terrified like this is not good.
At first, I was like, oh, what's happening here? And then afterwards, I was
Transitioning.
like, oh, okay, I think I know what this means. That means I'm okay with this place.
Yeah. Well, also because as an immigrant, right? Because sometimes it's not only that you're bringing a unique perspective, but it's also you kind of know the idea of like freedom of speech. Like for me, I've learned doing comedy. Sometimes I've learned like it's a privilege to be doing comedy here.
Yes.
Because I know what it's like.
100%.
Right? Because I know like my mom
Like
would,
your area of the world, my area of the world.
Yeah.
Like it's stuff you say could land you in prison or
Yes.
even get murdered. Yeah.
I was with a comedian yesterday, Bassem Youssef. Like,
Yes. Yeah. I
right?
like Bassem.
Huge guy, but he's banned from going to his home country. He can't go to Egypt,
Right.
right? And I'm like, man, I wonder how that feels like. I've never ever been banned from a certain country.
Yeah.
But being banned from your like own country is like being banned from your home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's a lot to like.
that is tough.
But he's just so cool about it. He was like, I can't. People always say, go back to your country. I was like, what? I'm running out of countries. I can't go back. Right? But the thing is, like, so like you realize the privilege of doing comedy here,
Right.
Even when you're like you have bad sets, bad night, you're like it's another opportunity. I got to be on stage tonight and talk in front of these white people.
Yeah.
And but for you, right? Starting out and your English now is getting there. It's also kind of phenomena for you to be like, I watch Comedy Central and I'm learning English through that, and yet I want to replicate what these people do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And is there like a cultural language barrier moment you had on the stage where you're like you said something or a joke the audience just couldn't get, but you're like if you just only speak my language you'll get this joke?
Yes, but I realized early on that if I wanted to do this like the right way or the way I think is the right way, I would have to appeal to like the universal parts of human nature. Because comedy, like humor, is a very cultural thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's stuff that makes Haitians laugh. It
Yep.
probably won't make Americans laugh or French people laugh or Sudanese people laugh.
Yeah.
And then there's like ideas that are just universally funny
That makes
across the board that anyone could laugh at it just because it's just objectively so absurd or so unusual. Like, the lowest hanging fruit stuff. Say a fart is funny in any language, anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You're in a bus and then somebody accidentally farts, that's funny to everybody.
Yeah.
Like a child stumbling, whatever it is, in a way that doesn't hurt them, but it's funny enough. It's just, those are the things that you see and like, okay, if there's that connection, that culture is not a barrier to it. It just surpasses that. So how do I find that type of sourcing for comedy where anyone could laugh at it? As opposed to, this is Haitians will like this, but I don't know how Americans will feel about this, or I don't know how Arabic people will feel about this. And then you go, what's above that where it could get to anyone? And that's sort of what I've forced myself to do. Obviously, it's not going to be the case for everybody, but I want to do stuff that, how do I get to that common language that all human beings can speak through comedy? That's the aim for me.
Interesting. So you're saying basically then obviously, right, there's the low-hanging fruits of comedy that we all can relate to easily.
Yeah.
But then you're also saying like if you can find there's a barrier between culturally what's funny and for Haitians could be different than what's funny for people like for Americans.
Right.
If you can bridge that, then
one good way I like to think about it. Okay, you guys are computer people a little bit.
Are you competing?
Okay.
I use my
But that's simple enough. Okay, the one way I think about it is like hardware and software.
Yeah.
So software to me is like cultures. Depending on where in the world you were raised, you have a different software.
Yeah.
There's like a different programmation that you have.
Yeah.
But computers, the hardware of any computer is kind of the same.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in the world.
Yep.
Even if you're Mac or whatever, or like Firefox or Chrome, those are like the differences culturally, but the hardware of a computer is the same. So I'm aiming to get at the hardware. And if I get at the hardware, it doesn't matter what the software is.
Yeah.
You'll get what I'm doing because the hardware is the same for everyone.
Yeah. Interesting. And to me, because I guess because my struggle is there's still I used to listen to comedians in Sudanese before, like when we were going to it's a long story, but as we traveled in Sudan, I listened to like discs of just comedians in Arabic. And then there's the jokes that I still remember till this day that if I say in Arabic, it's guaranteed laughter. Everyone laughed because it's so just vividly funny. But I've never able to translate that joke into English.
Right.
And I was
even if you translate it, it probably wouldn't work the same way.
It wouldn't. Because I have to understand the setting of like only people in Sudan understand the housing, the standards, the cultural norms.
Right. It's a sauce that can only be made in Sudan because there's a very deep connective tissue that has That's the roots of it, or in
Right.
your culture, in your country. Yeah.
But if I could figure out a way, if there's any way I could figure out a way to do that joke and it gets the same impact in America, it feels like you cracked the code. You're
Right.
like, oh my God, they understand. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, you know what I mean? Because comedy, often the case is you're giving the context to the audience for them to understand the punchline, right? And I guess for me, you know, which something I want to ask you is also like your writing process, right? Because I know for me, ideally, it's like the English barrier is still there. So sometimes I was like, okay, what way I can say it for them to get the context. Because for me, this is funny, but they don't know the entire context.
Yeah.
And so, like for me, AI came into play a little later on. But before I even get to that, I want to ask you, like, your writing process, right? Like, do you just normally, like, tell me about your process. Do you normally just get an idea, like, oh, this is good? Or is that often the case you see someone or something on the headline and you're like, I got to talk about this?
It's tricky because I wouldn't be able to tell you there's a very specific process because it depends on what's happening or what the moment is. But
Yeah.
one thing I can tell you for sure is I don't sit down and go, let me write some stand-up comedy today. It doesn't really work that way for me.
Yeah.
It's more of I'll think of something. I was like, there's something about this that bothers me or annoys me or that I find interesting. And I think I could communicate in a way that's funny. So I'll just like make a note about this thing. And I'm like, I want to go talk about this and see what else is there. And then I'll go on stage and like talk about it and
So
see
you
what
write-
happens.
So you write on the stage.
Yeah, I think I do a lot of writing on stage because I think that's the best way for me to
Yeah.
connect. Like people will tell me what's funny because I can't tell them what's funny. I can tell them something hoping it's funny, but their reaction will tell me if it's funny or not. So that's how I see it. Like the audience is an integral part of stand-up because it's leading you to where you want to be.
Do you also like so if you're writing on the stage and you're getting kind of an idea of what the audience is telling you what's funny, then do you take that idea, then go back and like now refine it and
Yes.
try to
Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, they told me the funny parts. I see that. Now, let me do technical work to remove the fat, remove the grease, and just find the meat of it. And then now I go to a different audience, and now it's more refined. And it's like, oh, this is much clearer. Because
Yeah.
really, you're just trying to find clarity. That's, to me, what comedy is.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the clearest way to communicate this idea to you that it makes you laugh? Because when you laugh, what you're telling me is, oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the shower and I think of something, I'm like, this is funny. Now, how do I make sure other people also find it funny? And that's the writing.
Yeah. And I think one of the beauty, I guess, with stand-up, because everyone is so different with how they perform and how they write, right? Like Cat Williams, for example, he's a very animated person, right?
Extremely, yeah.
And often, like, when I don't know if you had this too, right? Because when you're doing stand-up, sometimes I know you experiment on, like, what makes you comfortable, what way you're delivering, and all that, like, all the hurdles that you go through. Eventually, you kind of start to get an idea of, like, oh, naturally, this is how you speak, this is how you tend to deliver things. But for example, for me, I know, like, animation is like being animated, being just very visual.
Yeah.
I used to love that. I want to do that. But then eventually, then you get the sense of, like, are people laughing at me or are they laughing at what am I saying? Right? Did you ever, like, did you have a moment like that at all? Or do you always feel like, no, people are laughing at what I wrote and this is what I want to do? Because when you're writing on the stage, sometimes I get sometimes I feel like, are people laughing at the way you deliver things or are they laughing at what you wrote and what you said?
Well, you shouldn't separate the two.
Shouldn't.
No, because your delivery is a big part of you as a stand-up comedian. It's almost inseparable from the writing because you can take a joke and then you give it to Kat, and then you take the same joke and then you give it to Jerry Seinfeld, and then you'll see two very different things.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same words, almost the same thing, but then they make it theirs. That's the authenticity that makes you a different comedian. Because the writing and the delivery, they're not two different parts. They're just the same thing that becomes a whole.
Yeah. Interesting. I was speaking with Lauren Moore, and he mentioned amazing things about you.
Yeah, we've been sort of chatting online, and then I finally got to meet him. I was in LA, so we kind of hung out a little bit. We were doing a show together.
Yeah, he's an incredible guy. But I remember we traveled to Springfield, and I was asking him, like even him at this level of his comedy career, he's still learning about his voice. He's trying to discover his voice.
Yes.
Is that the same? Or do you feel like you're still learning about your voice?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Man, that's interesting. Because one of the things that it never goes away. Like, you can be, you know what I mean?
You can get more comfortable with your voice. You start to understand more, okay, this is what I'm going to say about this based on what my perspective is. Mm-hmm. But you never get to a place to be like, all right, I've solved it. This is my voice now. I know exactly what's going to happen. It's like, no. You always, it's like it's endless. And that's sort of the beauty of the art form. It's just like I'm always trying to find a new way to figure this thing out. It's not a thing where you're like, oh, I've figured it out. It's like, no. It's always a process.
Yeah.
Like even a joke that you love is never truly finished, which is frustrating, but it's also great depending on how you look at it.
But that's the thing, right? It's never finished. And even if you think it's finished and you like leave it there, 2 years from now, when you become more confident in your voice, you come back to it and you're like, oh, we need to change this up completely.
Right. But also there's the other problem where 2 years from now you might come back to it and you go, oh, I'm done with this. I'm not even emotionally invested in it anymore. So I'm not even willing to talk about it.
Yeah. Interesting. I know Sepehr had a few questions that he wanted to ask, and then so is Mike and I, but I'll get to him in just a bit. But I do want to ask you too, because I know as an immigrant, your parents were probably not happy that you did this.
Yeah.
So, okay, a lot, because my parents are like still, right now, every day, my mom is like praying. She just accepted that I won't let go of this. So she's like, my dad doesn't know.
But what's your degree in? You came here, right?
I came here, my degree is in biochemistry.
Okay.
Which is like,
so they know they have that. They have that at least.
Yeah, but they're just like, they know it's not finished. They're like you can't just finish college with a biochemistry degree, because the intention was to go to medical school. Right. Which I dropped out.
Okay.
And
right. Oof.
I didn't start it. I accepted and like, I'm just not gonna do it. And I declined it. And my dad doesn't know. I just kept him in the dark still now.
He's still in Sudan?
Still here. He's still here. He's just a couple of hours from here. Doesn't know I do any of this. I'm hoping none of this
reaches him. Dad, are you listening to this podcast?
I hope he's
please
not.
Turn this on. Your son is a dirty nightclub stand-up comedian. He's wasted all your savings.
Oh, I wasted all the savings on this guy. No, but like for you, because you were saying your mom wasn't like the happiest of you like doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Elaborate a bit more. Are they here, both of your parents?
Well, my dad passed away earlier this year.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's life. And my mom is here. She's in Florida.
She's in Florida.
Yeah. But they both weren't huge fans of it. My mom more so, because she's the more dramatic one. But I think now she's realizing that it's my thing.
Yeah.
She'll never fully embrace it, but now I think she's like begrudgingly accepted it. Be like, all right, I guess that's what he wants to do, so I'll just let him do his thing.
Because early on, when you don't have really nothing, because you're just starting out, that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then when you now have like, okay, now you're a bit more seasoned, you have shows, book, everything, it looks like it's a career. This is a career, right? Yeah. And she's like, okay, that's cool.
Right.
Do you have siblings?
I do.
Are you
I'm the third child of 4.
Yeah. See, I was predicting that. I was like, he's the middle.
Why?
I was the energy, and but also you're
What do
fairly
you think is middle? What does middle energy look like?
middle energy is very like free spirit, right? But then you also have an older sibling energy because you're very composed and very
Okay.
assured,
So
right?
I'm between the two.
That's
All
why
right.
I'm like, because you're like at the higher up. I'm like, he's probably like second,
Yeah.
and that's what I immediately. I was
I mean,
like,
I did raise my little brother because he's 4 years younger than me, so I would just take care of him all the time. So I guess maybe the composure comes from that. Be like, oh, I have to be responsible for somebody
yeah,
and
but
lead
also
by example.
but also the free spirit enough to go do
Right. To
stand
just
up.
do whatever I want to do, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you said you need to get away from Florida because you feel like you're getting too
Yeah,
comfortable.
because then your family would just sort of try to tell you how to live,
See,
and I didn't want
definitely
that.
middle. That's a definitely middle energy right there. Free spirit, for sure.
Where are you in your?
I am the oldest,
Okay.
so I'm the oldest. But like all my younger, I'm the
So you're the
oldest.
worst type of disappointment possible.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see, it's nice to keep secrets because if they don't know, they can't hurt you if they don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
How old are you?
I just turned 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, all right. That's good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that means how old are your siblings?
I have a lot, right? The youngest is 7, and then
Wow. Oh, your parents don't take breaks, huh?
No,
They
no,
just
no.
keep going.
You'd be
Wow.
surprised.
All right.
Yeah, and like there's like all
That's
the
a
ages
huge
range.
gap. 29 and 7.
There's
Huh?
and there's and there's a lot in between, but like yeah, 100%. I mean, it's like it's crazy, but
You know, in Haitian culture, one of the things that people will tell you is you want to have as many children as possible in case one of them becomes huge and can save the rest of the family.
really,
That's how it's like a very poor person mindset. It's like have 12 children. Children are the wealth of the poor. That's literally a saying we have. Children are your wealth because one of them will become rich and then everybody else will come along.
wow,
Yeah.
because that's so we had similar perspective. It's a little opposite, right? Because ours is like have as much children as possible because not all are gonna fail. Chances are one of them will succeed, but it's not like to take care of the rest of the sibling. It's just it's just
You
like
guys have a very pessimistic view of this very optimistic Haitian spectrum. Okay.
one of them are gonna
You
succeed.
guys like they can all be failures,
Yeah,
you know?
but yeah, our odds are huge if one of them, that's why it's so okay. Because it's also like culturally in Sudan, in America, like there's a level of equalness and fairness, right? Where in Sudan, most third world countries, right, don't have that. Sudan is like the bigger the family, the odds of you doing well off. And if a crime happened in the family, the bigger your family, the higher the chances are of getting away with it. So if like, it's because the bigger family means the more money you have.
Okay.
The smaller the family means that if you commit a crime, your chances of going to jail is exponentially high.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I was telling my dad that so you had a lot of children for political purposes.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, yeah, that's what marriage is. It's business. Everything is political. He goes, don't let America dilute you. Remember that. And this is my dad mindset. He says, so when you grow up, make sure you have like 12 children because you're in America, you can afford it. I was like, interesting.
Do you agree with him? Is that how you see it? How many kids you already have right now?
I have officially or
Give me both, officially and unofficially. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say it on camera, but I'll let you guys know behind the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But that's the idea here. But it's interesting. How many siblings?
I have 3.
3.
Yeah.
3, and you're including 4. Of you
Yeah.
guys.
And me included, that's 4 total.
Got
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And then, and do your siblings, the younger one, do they look up to you for you chasing the dream?
I suppose in a way, but they'll never tell me. But maybe they do. Like I'd never hear that. I don't think like my siblings. We don't just talk about those things. Yeah, but maybe on some level they do. I don't know. My little brother is in the army. Yeah, he came here and joined the U.S. Armed Forces.
Is there a
'cause-
big gap between you two as well? Like
No, just 4. 4
Just
years.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the older ones, it's 2 years separated.
2 years separate. Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
are fairly interesting. Because I know one of the things for me was like, when I was studying medicine, my siblings could see through it, that I was doing it for the family. So my parents are happy, but the siblings are like, yeah, you're just doing it because mom and dad are happy.
Oh,
So the
that's
moment-
that's
yeah.
interesting because your siblings didn't respect you. They were
They
like,
didn't
"Oh,
respect-
you're just
yeah,
a
you
puppet
know.
for mom and
And I was
dad.
like,
You
nobody
loser."
just- yeah, they're like, you loser. I was like, I raised you guys, you know. Have like no one.
I like your siblings. You know, they call you out on your shit.
I was like, I'm losing hair. I'm steady all night, and in the morning they get up. They're like, what a loser, right? And I was like, wow. Like, send them back.
Yeah,
to
why
see-
don't you go to open mics like a real American dreamer out here being a doctor to be a shill for mom and dad?
Yeah. So
This is
the moment I started doing stand up and put
They
Medicine
respect
on
you
hold,
more?
they were like, yo, they still like they're a lot of respect now. They
Okay,
look up to
all
me,
right.
they share my
Cool.
stuff, and they talk to
All
their
right.
friends about
Maybe
it.
you're inspiring them to
They're-
do
but the
their
thing
own
is-
things now.
But the bad news is now they're like, I don't want to go to college. I can just do photography on the side. I'm like, no,
yeah, you
can't
have ruined the family now.
you can't. You don't see how at least go to college, get your degree, and don't use it. Then you can go be a photographer.
Yeah,
but that's the
yeah. Mm.
basic criteria. I did my part.
Right,
if you do
right.
that, you can do whatever you want to do. But you can't go off high school and be like, I just want to shoot photos for the rest of my
Yeah,
life. Like,
yeah.
oh, that's something you do on the side. So there's, I guess, pros and cons. But
Right,
but to
right.
my parents, no, it's a big everything that
Interesting.
happens because you were the one that opened that door for all the
Yeah,
failures that
yeah,
come about.
you were leading the way. They were
See,
all.
but as a middle child, you wouldn't have that.
No,
For you, you're
no.
like-
I guess in some way it is somewhat of a privilege because I'm sure my sister, she's the oldest. It probably would be a different story if she decided to be a comedian.
Have they come to your shows at all?
My sister came to my show once. My little brothers come to my shows. My parents, my mom never did. My dad came once. Yeah.
Is your mom now? Is she in the position? She's like, I want to come see you. I want to come see TJ.
No, I don't think. My mom is very resentful.
Like
She's like a narcissistic, psychopathic almost person. She like just for the sake of holding on to that grudge, she'll never come. Yeah.
interesting. And I guess like the thing is like right, because immigrant family also, as much as we love to make fun of them, they also are the one that kind of give us the content to talk about.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so, like, I appreciate that, especially about my pops, that I do. But, like, when you were, for example, like, the earthquake happened. And so, like, when the earthquake happened, this is 2016, right, if I'm not mistaken?
No, 2010.
2010, that's
Yeah.
when the earthquake happened. And at this point, I was already doing stand-up. Or
No.
2000, this is pre.
2010, I was in college, and that's when I realized I wanted to drop out of college. And then I went and worked in Utah for a year and a half, and then I started stand up in 2012.
2012 is when you started stand-up.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you're doing stand-up, too, do you find that, do you have to, because a lot of immigrant comedians are often talking about social issues.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it your responsibility to, like, almost talk about it, which I feel like it's a huge burden to have if it becomes your responsibility? Because I know a lot of comedians who feel like it's their responsibility to talk about it. I would talk about it sometime, but it's not. I don't feel it's my responsibility. I feel like I can shed light to it and find the funny in it, then I'll do so. But the moment you say responsibility, it becomes like a burden thing. Like you're like, oh, I have to. But do you feel that at all?
Early on, maybe. But now I've realized it's not useful to me as a comedian to go, oh, I have a responsibility to talk about this. I was like, I don't have any responsibilities. I only talk about what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
If I'm interested in, because then it'll become easier. Like it flows through because that's what you're interested in.
Yeah.
Versus if it's a burden, then it's not gonna flow well. It's just gonna be like, oh, here's this thing I have to talk about, so let's talk about it. I don't want that because then it's not gonna give me the artistic freedom to do whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're chasing an idea or a bit or a joke, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it goes to strange places, and then you just follow whatever the muse or whatever that is, the thing that gives you the creativity.
Yeah.
And you want to have the freedom to go wherever it takes you and see what happens.
That's the creativity
But
comes.
if you think of it as I have a responsibility for this, then you're going to censor yourself and not go to all the places it wants to go because now you're gonna have to judge those
Yeah.
places. 'Cause you're like, well, I can't make this kind of joke because I'm responsible for Haitian culture. It's like, no, I'm not responsible for Haitian culture. I'm just a comedian who's Haitian, and then I choose the things I want to talk about.
And also speak like with the Haitian community, right? Do you feel like do you feel like a pressure from them as well as a country to be like, oh, you're a voice for us to some degree?
A little bit, which is, it's got its positives and negatives.
How so?
The positive is it's like it's an honor because I've had people DM me be like, hey man, you make me proud to be a Haitian because you do this thing in a very cool way, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The negative is whatever I do now represents whatever people think Haiti is. And that means the good and the bad. The moment I do something they don't like,
Yeah.
then it becomes, oh, look at him giving a bad name to Haitians. And as a human being, I'm eventually going to do something you don't like.
Yes.
And then now I'm the bad representation.
Yeah. So there's
So
like
you can't choose that.
it's like the it's like the other side of it. It's like,
Right.
which is
Right.
because
Because nobody's going to be perfect and always say the right things that you want them to say.
and as a comedian, the freedom you want is to people accept you for you. And
Yes.
you're gonna because you're interesting.
I want to be appreciated for the individual that I am and not as some sort of, oh, this is the Haitian thing. It's like, no. I don't want any of that role. I just want to be a comedian that you enjoy what I have to say or talk about, or that's all it is.
Is there? I know you did shows that in New York, with like even Michelle Wolf and all those legendary comedians where you guys made a donation and directly send that to. Hey,
You did some research, huh? Look at you.
Oh, I know, right?
This is not a wishy-washy podcast. Real college students doing research. Okay.
Sadly, that college still is in there, And I'm like, but like, which is amazing. You guys did that, but do you feel like if you go back, if you ever go back, you want to do comedy in Haiti? Do you want, or is comedy even allowed? Let's start there. Is comedy?
It is allowed. It's just not very easy to do. Just because of how things are in the country. I did a festival in Haiti in 2018. There was a comedy festival where they brought a couple of us who were in the U.S., a couple of French comedians, a couple of Haitians in Canada. So there was like this cool festival where we did stand-up in Haitian Creole and French and English, which was awesome. But it only lasted 2 years because then the country went to shit again, and then that was very difficult to continue.
That's the thing about these country. I'm looking at William, even though William can.
Where are you from, William? What country?
I'm from here, but my
You're from
parents
here?
are Korean.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So he gonna. You notice how he said, "I'm from here." Okay.
Right. It's like, I'm an American.
Yeah, I'm an American. What are you talking about?
Yeah. My dirty parents. My dirty Korean parents. That's a whole different story. Me, I'm from Illinois.
I'm from Illinois. What are you talking about? And he threw the West Side. I'm from. I don't know. He threw the West Side. What's going on? No. What I was trying to say is like the thing is, because you travel doing.
Yeah.
You were in Europe, for example.
Yeah. I enjoy that part of it. It's a very difficult part for a lot of people. Just because it's taxing and you have to be on schedule. You gotta. Because there's money on the table. Like, I can't miss flights. Otherwise, I'm going to have to spend more money. So I have to be a little bit disciplined about that.
Yeah.
But I enjoy discovering new places because it makes me feel like a child a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you go to a new city, like, oh, what is the vibe of this place? What's here? This is interesting.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I go back to that place. I'm like, okay, there's a new thing I didn't get to see now. This is awesome. So I really enjoy that part of it.
Is there a specific place or city that you like, man, this was it, where you perform, you're like, this was the best venue, this was the best city overall? Is there a place?
A few of them. Yeah, because the beauty of live performance is it doesn't matter how much you anticipate or try to visualize it. Everything is going to be its own unique experience.
Yeah.
And you can only experience it as it's happening. So I've had some really like Boston last year during my tour was one of my favorite shows. It was like from top to bottom, just like the connection with the audience was good. And there was like, I would say maybe 60% of the crowd was Haitians and the rest were Americans. And it just felt very smooth. And like that was the first show I got a standing ovation. And at the end, and I was like, all right, this is pretty special.
That's beautiful because you were in,
That was awesome, yeah. What was the venue?
The Rockwell in Somerville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And also, this is always funny having fellow immigrants come to a show. It's always funny.
Boston, great comedy city, by the way. Great comedy city, yeah.
Which is we gotta talk because he's the complete opposite of Boston. Just before meeting you today, we'll talk behind the cameras.
Yeah.
But one of the beautiful thing about like having immigrant come out to your show, immigrant community, is always funny to me because like some of them they don't understand comedy, but they know that you represent them, so they want to come and support.
Yes.
Like, we had the same thing with Lormore where we had people from Zimbabwe come out to like Peoria, Illinois. Okay, which I was like, I didn't know you guys had black people here. This is like they came with like with a baby, and and I was like,
what a great idea! Bringing a baby to a comedy show.
And the baby started crying in the middle of the show, and I remember I was in the back area. I'm with the booker, and I was like, yeah, only immigrants would do this today. There's no white person. Yeah, because
to them, this comedy thing is meaningless. To them, this is a moment to support somebody from their country. They're like, somebody from my country is here, I'm coming. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know you're not supposed to bring babies here. Like, we don't need silence. I'm just here to support. Who cares?
And did you have that? Did you have like a particular case when you have like immigrants like Haitians coming out to your shows to support you?
Yeah, in Miami, I get a lot of Haitians showing up an hour late to the show. Because to them, it's like, I bought the tickets. I'll do my normal Haitian thing, which is never be on time. But it's like, look, I got this venue from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
If you show up at 8:30, you're only going to get 30 minutes of show. It doesn't work that way.
And I take it to them, 30 minutes or 20 minutes or even 10 minutes, like as long as they saw it, they're like, we're good.
I guess so. But I'm like, but you wasted your money. The show was 2 hours. What are you doing? So part of the trick of when you're an immigrant from a specific community and a lot of people from your community try to come see you is now you're doing something that's American, because stand-up comedy as an art form is pretty American. So now you're fighting against the bad habits of your own community.
Yeah.
Because we do have this bad habit of not taking time very seriously.
Yeah, that's true.
In the world of stand-up, time is pretty important because venues have turnovers. There's a show at 7, there's one at 9, there's one at 11.
Yeah.
So if I tell you the show's at 7, doors at 6, don't show up at 8.
Yeah.
Because then you ruin what it is. So there's gotta be a certain discipline here where I have to like, hey guys, remember, this is at this time. You should show up at that time.
For the record, I just want to say that both of us are immigrants, and you came here on time today.
Yeah.
Like this was like, it was crazy. Like, we're breaking stereotypes. That's what it is, what we're doing right now. And I guess one last question I do want to ask before I read these guys' questions too. Sepehr has some questions that he wanted to ask about AI as well. But the thing is, like, it's very fascinating to me because when you're doing this, there's like a lot of, even for me as of today, there's a lot of cultural nuance that you're learning as you do stand up, and I think America, one of the beautiful things is like there's so many different immigrant like comedy in general, so many backgrounds in comedy, and doing stand up in a second language, English. It's already as difficult as it is now. And for you've been doing this since 2012, right? So a little over 13 around that year,
About
right?
13, yeah.
And how many, like all of it wasn't in New York? You were there for...
Well, I started in New York, so the first 4 or 5 years were almost exclusively in New York. And then I started to like travel a little bit just to see what it was like to do stand-up outside of New York.
But that's the beauty. There's like when you do travel, like the Midwest, for example, it's predominantly white,
Yeah.
right? And so you as an immigrant going on there performing, it blows their mind. Like they love it so much because you're bringing a nuance, new perspective to it, right? But then when you're in New York, where it's heavily immigrant, would you say is it harder to do stand up there because you have to be, or more is that you have to be like good in a way, you got to be clever, because everyone is exposed to immigration, everyone exposed to different cultures and everything. Where in the Midwest or in Minneapolis or in Iowa, you could like they don't see every day a Haitian comedian
Right.
up there.
I think you have to be good, but not so much for the immigrant part. It's more because New York knows stand-up comedy more, so they expect a certain level because it's a big part of the city. It's a big
Yeah.
part of life there. There's so many good comedians.
Yeah.
So that if you go up there and then you're not really doing anything that's interesting, then
Yeah.
they'll lose interest in you.
Uh,
So I guess the bar of appreciation might be lower in places where comedy is not as popular. But as a comedian, you have to have your own standards, regardless of what the crowd is.
yeah.
So for me, I don't do a thing in New York and then I go, oh, this is the Midwest. So let me lower the bar and then do worse here because they're going to appreciate it anyway. I don't think that's would be good for me.
Yeah.
For my
100%.
growth as a comedian, so I don't do that. But yes, there's more comedy in New York City, so I would say people in New York have a deeper understanding of it.
Yeah, and I would even say like even Chicago wise, like when you perform in these bigger cities, it's not even lower your standards when you go to like these smaller Midwestern cities, but more as like when you go there and you do the same jokes, the same the same pacing, same style you do, it tends to get a huge more reaction because for them it's like whoa, what a pivot, what a thought,
It's novel.
Yeah, like whoa, my goodness, right? And it was like, man, Chicago doesn't appreciate me the way you guys did right now. Okay, I was like, I think it was a good thought, right?
Yeah.
But do you? I guess because that was my kind of question was like, do you get that same reaction? I mean, because I know, like, I am just a baby when it comes to stand up right now, right?
Yeah.
But even so, you're like, oh wow. I was like, but that's the Iowa area. I was like,
Yeah.
that's good, but just like don't let it get over your head.
Right.
Because when you go do that in Chicago room, that's the honest reaction right there. Like,
Yeah.
it was decent, nice
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
People
so-
in big cities can be spoiled.
Yeah.
I enjoy small towns just because there's a higher level of appreciation. There's this sense of, look, man, we don't have much to do out here. So the fact that you came all the way here to do this thing for us,
Yeah.
we love you for it.
And you said on one of the articles I read, your favorite people are comedians.
It's very debatable these days.
Which
if you're
I'm
seeing
like-
what's happening in the world of comedy, we kind of are not looking great right now.
I just read that line. William just read that. I was like, all right, I don't need to read anything else. We're gonna have a debate tonight. I
Yeah.
was like, his favorite people are comedians. And if you know anything about comedians, we're some of the most unstable people who are narcissistic
Just
and
mentally ill
mentally
motherfuckers
ill,
walking
and we're
around.
looking. I used to think I'm not. No, I'm doing this for a bigger purpose. I'm doing this to bring awareness to these social issues we have internationally.
That's
But
the
then-
lie we tell ourselves.
That's the lie, and then you realize, oh, I think I'm just an addict. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
And you go back because you need that little bit of like gratification from
Yeah.
the audience, right?
Yeah.
And so, but you realize, oh, we're all kind of in a way similar. What made you think that, oh, comedians, these are the people I'm going to rock with for the rest of my life?
I mean, it's not for the rest. It's sort of this kinship that you build with people that do a similar thing. It's like it's tribal. It's almost human nature. You know, it's like if you walk by a construction site, you see a bunch of guys
Yeah.
just talking shit, catcalling women, doing the same stuff. It just brings them together because they know the ins and outs, the hardships, and the like whatever. When you do a thing with people, it feels like you're in the trenches together. Because you're like, oh man, this room, that was the terrible room, and we both bummed there. Now we've bonded because we both understand the darkness of the pain that
Yeah.
it takes when a room of 200 people are just looking at you, being like, "You suck." There's some of that trauma bonding a little bit.
Yeah.
There's also understanding, oh shit, I'm on the road and I have no money. So I have to wait till this check clears until I can go and buy some food. So there's just a lot of stuff that is common to the experience that it feels like it brings us closer as the people who do this thing.
No, it's true.
So I don't
know
think
you're turning the
comedians
camera
are
too.
better people than other people in any specific way. It's just that, oh, we do this thing together so we understand each other. Yeah.
And I find that some comics sometimes they go to like events together or events that are not like comedy related, and I find that regular comics get bored of those events because they're so used to being in the pool of comedians when they're always laughing.
Just talking shit about everybody.
Right.
I do enjoy going to a party or something with a comedian friend.
Yeah.
And then we just sit there, just roasting and judging the shit out of everybody, that's nice.
And
Like,
what's the-
obviously, you're not going up to people and making fun of them. Just
Yeah.
us looking at people and just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
fun.
It's
really
in a
fun.
weird way, you guys like became the. I got it. I know. How are we in time? We're good. Because I want to ask this question before I.
I think we're at an hour.
We're an hour. Okay. Well, we got another 20 minutes, a little less. But Sepehr wanted to ask. Oh yeah. So William and Sepehr. So they're in the department. They work.
Where is he from? What's that last name?
Sepehr's Iranian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was my first guess. I know a lot of Persian people. Paul, I did a show with him. He's from, he's Persian,
Paul,
from Iran, yeah.
Last name, Parvar.
Favar, something like that, yeah.
We just say it fast enough to be like, yeah. It's so complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's also Iranian. Yeah, Sepehr, he's also doing a bit of comedy every now and then. But he does research on how the intersect between comedy, AI, and communication.
Okay.
Right, and one of his question was basically, I mean, we kind of touched on how you come up with material, at the open mic, how you revise, all that we know, but AI, which is the question is because comedy changed from what it was 15, 16, then today. Is AI affecting your ability? Has it impact your performance in particular, and also has it also helped more kind of bring you more into the surface now, or at least make you more recognizable because of what's happening with social media and AI in particular?
I don't think comedy has changed. I think there's been more proliferation of it. There's more people have access to it now, which is like anything in life. Unfortunately, it's got positives and negatives. The positives are now because I have clips and reels that do fairly well. So there's more people who go, oh, I would like to see this guy live. And to me, that's the best part of it, because I don't like social media that much because it's not real.
Yeah.
I feel like comedians are supposed to be very into reality, because what we do is very real. Like, it's just you in a room full of people, and then you trying to make them laugh. There's something very real and primal about that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, holding my phone and talking into it, that's not interesting to me. But having people in a room is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's so much happening. There's so much human experience happening.
Yeah.
So the fact that the phone can allow me to have that, where there's a few more people who want to come see me, that's great.
So exposure-wise, beautiful.
Yes. That's the positive of it. The negative of it is now you have people who come to shows who don't really get what it is, or they don't know how to behave. They don't understand this because it's just something that appears to be popular, so they want to get on the bandwagon. Because comedy is it's a weird thing. It's kind of I think Louis said this, and I agree with him. Like, it's kind of a game.
Yeah.
And the game is only fun if you know the rules of the game. Like if you like tennis, for instance, I think is a good example for this because soccer is very easy to understand.
Yeah.
But if you watch tennis and you don't understand the scoring system of it, you don't understand where a serve is supposed to land.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, this is weird. This doesn't make any sense.
Fun.
But once you know the rules and the entry, you're like, oh, okay, this is why he made that decision. This is why this is why this is fun. I think comedy is a little bit like that, where if you're somebody who just shows up because other people are showing up, and then you're like, oh my God, he's saying horrible things. You're like, well, you don't understand the rules of this.
Yeah.
I'm not here to say the things that you hear at work.
Yep.
There's a reason we're in a basement with dark lighting and there's alcohol involved. Because this is where you come to participate in the game of all the social norms fall a little bit. I get to say things that might upset you, but the goal is just for us to be able to laugh at like dark and unusual things.
Do you also feel, because the crowd work situation, I mean, this is a little older, but even now, do audience come in there, certain audience expecting crowd work?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that also, because social media showed them, like, you know, the engagement of crowd work is a very easy thing for the algorithm to latch on.
Yeah.
So it became really popular, and some people just do it because it's an easy way to not burn your material, and it's an easy way to get new fans. So more power to them. Like I like crowd work as a aspect of stand up, but I don't think all stand up should be crowd work.
Yeah. I mean, I think my take is usually is like crowd work is like, it's nice if you can play it well enough to like make it look very, it's like organic thing where it can naturally connect it back to your overall set and so forth. And I think, but if it's like no one wants to hear any material, just crowd work, and like I would have to be like, guys, I want to do some stuff. Let's try these things. They're really funny.
Yeah, crowd work is people go in a room to hear about themselves.
Interesting.
Like,
Interesting.
okay,
That's a good take.
Make fun of me.
Yeah.
Tell me something about my job, and it's just like, well, that's not. This isn't about you. It just brings the worst narcissistic tendencies of people to the front, and it's like you're ruining this.
And also, I don't know, because you write in stage, but has writing? Because I know for me, writing became easier, right? Meaning that I'll have idea that I want to write, but before. Now with AI, I can come up with like, oh, give me another synonym to this word that I can use to replace. Like I can play with it, and like so I can now have limited amount of words to articulate my thought that otherwise I would have struggled with because of the barrier of English.
Yeah.
So AI was able to help me with that. Has that been something similar to you, or are you, because you're naturally right in the stage? So I don't even know if there's something.
Yeah, I don't use AI that much. It was funny to me, like when I got together with a lot of my family for the funeral, like planning that, and it's basically a family reunion.
Yeah.
And then it was surprising to see how many of my siblings and cousins, whenever something pop up, they would go, let me just ask ChatGPT. And I was like, huh. Because now it's never, maybe I'm very old man in that way. I'm not a big adopter of whatever technology is out there. You just latch onto it. I've never been that way.
Yeah.
So I don't find AI that interesting because it's a tool.
Yeah.
And you can use any tools in the right way. But if the tool becomes the product, then like I'm not that afraid of AI because I don't think it'll ever really be able to be funny because there's a sort of humanness to comedy that I don't think a computer can recreate. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that, but yeah, I don't see it as something that can overtake stand-up comedy because stand-up comedy is too
raw too.
It's raw and it's human, and it's just hard for a computer to do it because a computer can look at Richard Pryor and go, oh, let me write a joke that's similar to Richard Pryor. But the computer can go, let me build a new Richard Pryor. It can't do that.
Yeah.
It's only regurgitating whatever's been done before.
Yeah, and I think that's also another thing. We did a and William, we're just a few more minutes and then we'll call it done. But like we did a podcast episode with a doctor from Telfia Nobel from LA, UCLA, and her whole she wrote a book, and her book is about the algorithm and how there's biases within the algorithm and stuff like that. How AI, because AI is just basically pre-existing information.
Yes.
That are just there that people wrote about in history. So then when you ask a question, you just go look at all the information, be like, here's the answer.
Yeah,
based on,
just a super processor. That's all it does. Yeah.
Right? And so I guess the question is, there's also biases to that algorithm.
Yeah.
Right? And so like if you, for example...
AI will be racist because people were racist.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's only taking stuff from people.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the interesting thing, that we have to kind of have that lens to be like, I don't know if I should take that as a fact at all, right? Because no one's questioning it. Like you have something like that's factual, and then you just go do it, right? But like it's an interesting time, but you seem optimistic about the war of stand up and the future. There's a lot of people who are very pessimistic about the stand up and how AI is changing everything. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think it could change stand up.
Yeah, I am optimistic, but sometimes I don't know if my optimism is because I'm not smart enough to truly understand the dangers of AI.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that AI will take over the world in the same way that a lot of people are afraid of it.
Yeah.
Because the part to me that's lacking, and that could be because I don't truly understand it, so maybe a smarter person can explain this to me, is the fear is that this will become sentient and try to make its own decisions and have motivations and take over and like erase us.
Yeah.
I don't get that because to me, it's rooted in human arrogance, because we think we're so smart and so advanced that we could build something that becomes better than us. But so far, we don't have any evidence to prove that we could ever do something like that. It's because we're giving ourselves so much credit that we're so good. Look at this thing we built, and it's so. It's like, go throughout history. Have human beings, like, we're really not that smart to build something that becomes that much smarter than us. I just don't see it. Like, why would a chicken open its own taco stand? You know what I mean? Like, why would, like, the chicken doesn't care about making money and selling tacos. It's a chicken. It's gonna do what chickens do. So I think that's what AI is. So for us, we think, well, one day the chicken of AI will now start to run a Fortune 500 company. Like, why would it do that?
Interesting.
Where would that motivation come from?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and that's hopeful to know, because a lot of people are like, oh, AI is this and that. I'm just like, I don't think so. I don't think it'll take over, because that's the general assumption with everything going on. I'm like, AI is the least of the problems right now. But there's a lot of people who are heavily focused, and there's a lot of fear. Because now you go to social media, you see clips all the time about like AI, what is real.
Just the terrible, like, they have dead people talking to each other and it looks pretty real.
Yeah. And so it's like, I don't, it's just there for solely entertainment. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But that's
we live in the age of content, so people are just looking for content.
We'd even ask, okay, so before we'd even ask TJ, you gotta tell us your full name, okay?
Wow, the first question is now the last question.
Yeah.
Tanael Joachim. Yeah, it's just, when I first started doing stand-up, I would go and make people say that, and they would get very nervous trying to pronounce my name. And then I realized I was not helping myself, because after shows, people would just be like, oh, you are funny, I can't remember your name. And I was like, okay, I need people more than they need me. So I need them to be able to remember my name. So I thought, why am I forcing this thing if it's so hard for the American mouth to pronounce? Because my name is French and Haitian Creole, and it's whatever it is. And I was like, I have these initials that are fairly simple letters in English, so let me just go by that. and
yeah.
then make it easy.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
everyone knows TJ Maxx. So
Right,
TJ
right.
is
There you
very
go.
simple to and you speak two other languages, right?
I speak French and Haitian Creole. And like basic Spanish. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I have enough Spanish to get by. Yeah.
Got you. Man, we could sit here for hours and talk because we haven't even get to go to like your childhood and growing
Yeah,
up and-
yeah. There's a lot to cover, but
because I mean that's always the fun thing is like as in when you have like a fellow immigrant, you're like, oh, let's talk about your childhood because there's so much overlapping.
And I would
similarity.
want to learn a lot more about Sudan as a
Yeah.
as a place to grow up and like the culture of it. Like
Yeah.
like to me, I always feel like a lot of black countries in northern or eastern Africa, there's like
Yeah.
the clash of Arabic influence and black African influence. How do those two work together?
Yeah, I mean, Sudan is, in short, the identity is like, Sudan means soda means black. Soda, the word, it means black nation. So it was
Like, what word is soda? What language is that from?
it's Arabic, right?
Okay.
Soda is aswad meaning black. So Sudan. So then it's just the land of the blacks.
Okay.
So they're
and I'm
black.
guessing that was named that way by the Arabs when they came over.
Yes.
Okay.
And the Arabs, they colonized and they let it go eventually, and then there was like a little blood of Arabs that that kind of just came over.
Yeah,
And but it's predominantly a black nation. It's 98%
Right.
all black people, but they identify as a black Arab nation. So which is
Right.
always fascinating to me because I looked at it, Sudan, the identity crisis country,
Right,
Where
right.
I'm like, you guys are not necessarily. Well, you're black first. Let's establish that. But when you're from
Yeah.
there, you don't see it.
Identity is a very complicated thing. It's just, people will talk about colonizers and whatever. It's just like, okay, people love to, use Europeans as the example of the prime colonizers.
Yeah.
In Asia, the Japanese are the prime colonizers in your part of the world.
Yeah.
But in North Africa, the Arabs are the prime colonizers.
Yeah.
But people don't use them the same way they think of white people.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's 22 countries in the world that speak Arabic.
Yeah.
It's not like they all agreed to speak Arabic because they thought it was a fun language.
No. No.
So something happened there.
Yeah, and it's like for some people, that's still very fresh. Like to my grandparents, if I go back, they're like, when you say out of the, I'm not. Okay, I am Sudanese and I'm black. They don't want to be labeled as that. So it's very fascinating.
Because
to
in their mind, Arab is a step above black. It's like
Yes,
that's
that's the identity.
There's
Like
more
Arab-
respectability to being Arab.
Yeah. I mean, now things are changing. It's a little more better, right? People accept who they are. But like, if you go 5 years back, if you go in public, like I'm from a tribe called the Zahawa tribe. If you go out and anyone from that tribe speaks their native tongue, in public. Like when I go back, I will speak it because when you're Americanized, you realize, oh, we love our identity. You be proud of who you are. That's not the case.
Yeah.
You go there, you speak Zahawa. They're like, no, not here, not public. Save that for home. Like people are looking at us right now. I'm like, wow, there's a shame to it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And here
Let's
I
speak
thought-
Arabic because
Yeah,
that's
speak
the
Arabic.
proper language.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's very fascinating because with your childhood, you came here. How old you came here? You came in college. You said for college.
Almost 19. Yeah.
So so you had a pretty
Yeah,
vivid
I'm very much a man of two worlds because the first half of my life was in Haiti. The second half has been in America. So it's interesting.
Have you gone back since you?
Oh yeah, I used to go back every 2 years, and last time I was there was 2018, and COVID. That was the year I was supposed to go back because the every 2 year thing, and then that just
Yeah.
didn't happen because I didn't want to like bring COVID to my parents, and then the president got murdered, and then the country just went straight downhill. So I haven't been back in a while just because
Also
of
a very
the
fascinating thing with
the instability. Yeah.
with Haiti. It's like
Oh yeah, we got
the
a lot
politicians get
going on.
murdered a
We
lot.
got a lot going on. Yeah.
Okay, before we even wrap it up, you are tonight. I believe tonight you are at the Comedy Vault.
Well, we canceled that show.
Really?
So tonight I'll be in town just doing some spots. Tomorrow I'm at Zany's, and that's doing really well. I don't know when people will see this, so it might not even.
No. This will come out. No, we'll put some up tonight. Advertise it too.
Oh yeah,
Especially
okay.
when-
So tonight at Zany's, we almost sold out. So I'm trying to keep pushing it so we can sell the remaining tickets. I think we have like 20 or so tickets left.
20 or
So
so tickets,
if
and
we could sell it out, that would be great.
And that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow night, 7 p.m.
one
at
of those-
Zanies in Chicago.
In Chicago, and then tonight, you're kind of in the city.
Yeah, I'm in the city. I'll just bop around and do like random 10, 15-minute spots.
Yeah, and then I mean I have your Instagram. At least let me know to see where we can try to like if there's anything from my end that I could even throw your name on. Because
Cool,
there's
man.
stuff going on Laugh Factory. Stuff going on Zadie's on Tuesday, right? I think so too.
Yeah, I might actually go to Zanies. There's a comedian that's doing her show there, so I forgot her name, but I'm gonna go see her show just to get because I've never done Zanies before, so that's my first time there. So I want to go see it and check it out.
Yeah.
Before my
beautiful,
show.
beautiful. And we've been of like way past an hour and 20, right? By now.
Are we in trouble, producer?
Oh, no, we're good.
We're good, right? Because we normally
I think
have.
it's like an hour. It's an hour 20 right now.
Oh, okay, we're good. We'll just close it out, and you just let us know. We'll just do the ending now, and then we'll just talk until it's over because it's no more than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go there, but like for those of you, for everyone that tune in, this is PCW. But once again, those two main guys are not even here tonight.
What does PCW stand for?
So, professor and a comedian walk into a bar.
Oh, got it. Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and the professor and the comedians are not here at all.
But you a comedian.
I'm a comedian.
There
I'm
you
like
go.
the newest co-host.
Okay.
This is like
you
my-
just got added to this. This
I
has
just got
been
added
going
to-
on for a minute.
This has been going on for a whole year now.
Okay.
And I think this is my 4th show that I did with them. So it's fun. I've been doing it with them. And then, of course, we got you, TJ, coming up tonight.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
again for coming.
Of course. Thanks for having me, man.
And this is second time Chicago.
Second time in Chicago, and so far so good. I'm hoping this becomes part of my yearly tradition. Come here, do shows, and enjoy the city. It's a cool city.
Are you coming back again next year at all?
Yeah, that's the job, you know. If I don't do stand up, I don't make money.
Beautiful.
So-
Beautiful. Okay, so he'll be here tomorrow, Zanies, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And only 20 tickets left.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Please
hell
get
yeah.
them.
All right, thank you so much for coming for TJ.
Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks for
coming,
having
man.
me, bud.
Appreciate you so much.
All right.
And I